Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. So good to have you. So, I'm gonna just talk through a little bit of setup. So, just knowing that Yoga Nidra is a horizontal rest practice generally, but of course, as always, you're free to move. You're free to sit up if you want to sit up. If you are choosing to sit up, you might want to like lean back against a wall or something like that. Just give me my key. And so just take your time getting comfortable and making a cozy space for yourself to rest. So you could grab blankets if you'd like, or even just tuck some pillows underneath your knees or under your head. And if you're here live, please feel free to let me know if there's any issues with sound. Of course, I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, so taking your time and just getting as comfortable as you can be and coming into this space of rest, and maybe come to this rest practice today with the intention of embracing rest as a sacred practice. I've been thinking a lot about this and how, in the world we live in at the moment, there can be a lot of guilt and troubles surrounding rest. And so taking rest back as a way to replenish ourselves, our spirit, our body, to me is really special. And so that's what we'll do tonight. We'll come back to rest as a sacred practice, as a practice that says to you, you right now as you are is enough, and you don't need to go anywhere or do anything else. Not because you've done enough to earn this rest, but because you are inherently deserving of rest and in need of rest as a living creature. My teacher Uma says, everything that is alive needs to sleep. And so here you are alive, and now it's time for sleep-ish. You might fall asleep in this practice, which is always welcome. If you remain awake the entire time, that's also perfectly fine. Yoga Nidra, in terms of a state of consciousness, is generally thought to be this in between waking and sleeping. And so whatever comes will come, and whatever it is that happens in your practice, may we allow this practice to be a time of honoring rest as a way of caring for ourselves. Nothing else is really needed. So, knowing that you can adjust at any time throughout our practice tonight, I'll leave that to you. Otherwise, feeling free to settle in to the earth beneath you now. Allowing the body to be drawn into the earth through gravity. Noticing the feeling of that pull. And seeing if you may be able to kind of allow it or surrender into it, even just a tiny little bit, like 1%. Allowing the earth to draw us in a little closer so that we may find a practice of rest, so that we may be supported by the earth below, so that we may be restored or revivified in some way. And sometimes the mind then gets busy and it says, oh no, but what about this? Or what about that? And if that happens at any point along the way, you may let that little voice know that this rest will nourish all else that's required from you too. Just by holding this container for your rest, you might nourish all that you do later on, all the interactions you may be fed by this container and this practice of rest we come to now. All of you is welcome to rest here in whatever way is available to you tonight. Resting here against the earth beneath you. You may hear into any sounds around you. Any sounds coming from within your space. Or any sounds that may be coming from beyond your space. And seeing if we may welcome all the sounds that come and go to be the backdrop of our practice for tonight. Allowing all the sounds that come and go to come and go and to be the backdrop of our practice tonight. All of you is free to walk and welcome to soften into rest in the container of the four walls around you. All of you is free and welcome to rest right here. Allowing rest to help us remember ourselves as living creatures on this earth who require time for not doing, time for just being, time for ease and peace and rest in whatever amount that is available to us tonight. You could start to notice the rhythm of your own breath here. Noticing the rise of the inhale, the expansion of the lungs, maybe even down into the belly. And noticing the softening, that natural release with each exhale. Feeling as the breath comes, as you breathe in, and goes as you breathe out. And at your own natural rhythm and pace, watching that breath as it comes and goes. Breathing here as you are, may each exhale allow you to unravel or unwind any little bits of effort that are ready to soften now into the ground below. As if the softening nature of each exhale might facilitate that unraveling, that unwinding of any effort or tension that may be ready to soften now. As a way of adjusting the body from the embodiment of doing and acting and going into resting and being as you are right now. Every exhale, allowing anything that's ready to soften to let go down into the earth below. To kind of surrender into that pull of the earth that's already there, drawing you a little closer through gravity. Never needing to force anything at all. Allowing all softening to happen in its very own time, in its very own way. I'll take you now on a tour around the body. And as you visit each place, you might come to that same intention of breathing out and inviting any bit of softening that is welcomed and allowing any little bit that's still holding on, that's not ready to let go, to stay as it is. Nothing to fix at all. So we can think of it as a very gentle and loving invitation, certainly not a demand in any way. And so let us start now, bringing awareness first to the sole of the foot, the right foot, inviting any amount of softening that may be available in and around the muscles on the sole of the right foot. And then sweeping over to the sole of the left foot, inviting any amount of softening available to you in all the muscles in and around the sole of the left foot. And we'll come into the toes, starting with the right pinky toe, inviting any amount of softening or ease. And the pinky toe on the left foot, inviting any amount of softening or ease. And the fourth toe on the right foot may soften now. And the fourth toe on the left foot may soften now. Middle toe on the right foot and middle toe on the left foot. Second toe on the right foot. And second toe on the left foot. Big toe on the right foot. And big toe on the left foot. Top of the right foot. And top of the left foot. Right ankle. And left ankle. Right shin. And the left shin. Right calf. And the left calf. Right knee. And the left knee. Right thigh. And the left thigh. Right hip. And the left hip. Lower back. And the lower belly. Right ribs. And the left ribs. Heart space. And the back of the heart. Right shoulder blade. And the left shoulder blade. Right bicep. And the left bicep. Right forearm. And the left forearm. Right back of hand. Left back of hand. Right pinky finger. Left pinky finger. Right ring finger. And the left ring finger. Right middle finger. Left middle finger. Right pointer finger. Left pointer finger. Right thumb. Left thumb. Right wrist. Left wrist. Right elbow. Left elbow. Right shoulder. And left shoulder. Neck and throat. Chin and nose. Right side of the jaw. Left side of the jaw. right cheek, and the left cheek. The right eye, and the left eye. Space between the eyebrows, forehead, and the crown of the head. All the way from the crown of the head, sweeping all the way through to the soles of the feet, allowing the body to soften into the steady support of the earth that holds you now and the gravity that draws you into it. And from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, allowing yourself to soften here into this container of rest, allowing the earth to draw you in through gravity. All of you here are welcome to rest now against this same earth that has always held you, that has always offered a landing place for rest in whatever form it comes today, welcoming in this softening, allowing any amount of softening to come to you now against this earth that holds you here. And resting here against this earth, you may notice any areas in which you feel heavy, and any areas in which you feel light. Any areas you notice a sense of effort, and any areas you notice a sense of ease. Noticing any part of you that feels sleepy, and any part of you that feels awake. Allowing yourself to exist in between these opposites, in that liminal space between And here in that space, we rest now. Resting here, you may allow the exhale to continue to dissolve for you, starting with our roles in the world, allowing the exhale to bring a softening or dissolving in any amount that's available. Every breath out, allowing you to soften the roles you may hold in relationships, or any kind of work, or any kind of titles. As you breathe out, may our grasp or our grip on these roles and these titles begin to loosen. And breathing now as you are, noticing how it feels to be holding a little less tightly, holding a little less tightly to any roles or expectations now. Breathing out as you are, you may soften an attachment to any expectations or thoughts about how it must be in this moment. Just for a little while, just a little bit, loosening our grip, softening with each exhale into the way we are now. And then we may soften our attachment a little bit more to our separateness or our individuality or our distinctness as our own person. As if with each exhale as you breathe out, you might soften now into the collective, softening now into the collective of all humans, yes, and all other living things. Breathing out as you are now, you may release attachment to individuality, to separateness, to isolation of any kind, and ease back into the warm embrace of all life, all living things here now, with you in this resting place as you are. And as you breathe now, may you imagine all living things breathing in with you and then breathing out with you as well. Welcoming new energy with each breath in, and then softening, releasing, letting go of the old with each exhale. Breathing in unison with you here is all those who've joined our practice here live and into the future, all people on our continent, on our planet, and well accompanied are we by all the different types of animals, big and small, near and far. Breathing here with us in unison as we are. And along with us and all the animals, we're joined by every plant, every form of vegetation in the water and on land, big and small, near and far, all of us together breathing in and out, in and out, in and out, all together, as if the earth itself were breathing along with us, as if we were the ones being breathed by the earth itself, allowing the rise of every inhale in its own time and pace, and the softening of every exhale in its own time and pace. Breathing here as you are in this sacred resting place tonight, along with the whole of the earth and everyone who lives here with us. All of us breathing together as we are. Breathing here as if to remember any sense of separation, any sense of being alone here in this body is an illusion. Breathing here as if to remember our interconnection to everything. around us. Breathing here as if to remember our interconnection with the whole of the universe. Breathing here to remember ourselves as the fabric of the universe itself, of the earth itself. And resting here as you are. May we welcome any sense of ease or peace or rest for the whole of us, for all living things that breathe with you now. May we call for ease and peace and rest. May we remember ourselves as interwoven and entangled with each other in this very earth, in this very universe. And resting here as you are, may you remember the ground that holds you here. You may remember the walls surrounding you. You may listen back into the sounds that come and go all around you. May you take a moment to thank yourself here, coming to this resting practice in whatever way that you could today, carving time out for ease, for resting as you are, for remembering your place in the family of things. May we extend our gratitude as well to the many teachers before me, especially those yogis in this Yoga Nidra tradition, who down through thousands of years have passed on the teachings on this special resting place. Perhaps it's needed more now than ever. And so great gratitude to those teachers and yogis who came before us, allowing us to live now, today, more at peace. You may stay here in your resting place as you are, or if you're ready to transition back into your evening, you can start to slowly wake back up. Maybe some little movements to begin. The head could rock a little side to side. You could take any stretches or movement you'd like. Opening the eyes again when you're ready and giving yourself lots of time before re-entering the world around you. Thank you so much for being here. It's a joy to be able to practice with you. Thank you. Thank you.